I'm sure you know the situation out of your daily business very well. You're right up to finalizing a E3 series project. It needs to be released this afternoon, and just at that moment a change notification comes in. Either purchasing demands to change a component depending on the cheaper manufacturer, or production is demanding a change, whatever else reason for. It ends up in you need to change your project and for sure exactly in this situation the component you are demanding or the other departments are requesting isn't available at all in your component database. Typically you're getting sweating and running around setting up a component using database editor, and you for sure won't hit the approval date. And that's where we are coming in. My name is Christoph Bayer. I'm founder and CEO of ECAD-PORT, whereas ECAD-PORT is your service supplier just around the E3 series component database. During the next 30 minutes, I would like to show you around our products and services, what we are delivering to ease your daily life with the component database. During the presentation, feel free to add your questions into the chat, ask your questions via the chat. I'm there available to answer it right away. And afterwards, we are offering a breakout session for you to get directly into touch with me to discuss your demands, your questions, whatever else. At the end of this presentation, you can find my contact details. Feel free to reach out for any requests you have. Of course, we are providing also components for you. But at first, let's talk about some key facts. Component creation, you know it for sure, is a massive effort. And it doesn't matter what kind of ECAD system you are using. It's a whole lot of work to do. So in our experience, the effort to create a component depends on the industry, whereas in machinery you need in the middle about 3 hours for a component, in the automotive industry it's down to 1.5 hours per component. Depending on the size of the company, the size of the component database will also differ. So typically a small and medium economy needs about 500 to 700 components, and the enterprise demands 2000 components. Doing a rough calculation in your mind, it will end up with a really massive workload for something where you don't get value out of it. Components, it's just a digital twin of something you're buying. So why is there not any standard in place where you just can grab the components and download it and use them? Because the physical stuff is also available right now. So as I said before, that's where we are coming in. Together with Cadinas and Zuken, we as ECAD-PORT have a cooperation where we set up the ComponentCloud, which you can see just at top of the process here, where we set up the ComponentCloud to provide E3 series components for free. As ECAD-PORT, we developed the whole ecosystem here around the ComponentCloud to provide you best experience and best services around the ComponentCloud. So let's get started with have a look at the ComponentCloud itself. I've prepared a live demonstration to show you the details. So the ComponentClouds are reachable by installing the Zuken ComponentCloud plugin, which is available at CGS, and for ECAD-PORT needs the component doc plugin, which is available at our homepage, at our webpage cce3.ecad-port.com. On our webpage you can also find various explanation and instruction videos how to install the plugin and how to use, as well as how to interpret the information which are displayed on the component clouds itself. So hitting the button, reaching the Zuken component cloud, we are ending up at the welcome page where you can find various information about the quality levels, the certification levels of the components. And on the third tab, of course, you can find the components itself. The first thing which you can see at top of the components are the 3 different quality levels, which are basic, providing material master data and a 3D model, certified, providing additionally schematic symbols and the 3D models equipped with connection points, and premium, where you have also relational information like mating connector, pin parts, end plating, and so on. So, but out of our experience, out of our view already, basic components are of great value, since basic components are saving you more than 2/3 of the effort of creating a component. We will find material master and the 3D model. Within the component cloud, you have got certain ways of searching for a component. Either you can crawl through the hundreds and hundreds of manufacturers and millions of parts which are in there, or you can just type in a keyword and search for a component for the component you are desiring. So here we are ending up in the terminal, what I was searching for. On the right hand side we can find a 3D model, a mechanical model with certain tags. The tags are identifying either electrical connection points, slots, or mounting descriptions. By opening such a tag you can find further details like the minimum and the maximum CSA in square diameter and AWG, mapping of available schematic symbols, or a connection and name equivalences, and so on. So, and on the left hand side you can find all material master information with a lot of information, and the which are electrical and commercial. So if you haven't found your component what you are desiring for exactly the change notification we got to change the project, you can have a look into the ECAD-PORT component cloud. This button, ECAD-PORT component cloud, is enabled by installing our component doc. So since ECAD-PORT component cloud and Zuken component cloud are set up based on the same technology, which is the part community, it looks and feels almost the same within the component cloud itself. So you can either again crawl it and have a look at the components and the manufacturers, or just typing in a keyword. But talking about the differences, so exactly, so I needed to stop the screencast. Here you can see one of the differences between the two component clouds. So whereas Zuken component cloud is for free, the components in ECAD-PORT component clouds are not for free, but they are also not expensive. So the attribute CNS ticket count, which is highlighted in yellow here, indicates the price of the component. One ticket can be bought at a price of starting at 1.9 euro, and a ticket is worth about 15 minutes creation time, creation effort. So at total it's about a quarter of the original effort which was taken to create the component. This MCB, which I have opened here, costs 12 tickets, which will be almost 24 euros. As you have seen it before in the Zuken Component Cloud, this table provides a lot of information, technical details about the product shown here. But the additional information which you can just find in the ECAD-PORT Component Cloud is the model quality. During the last 6 years, we at ECAD-PORT set up a lot of components in E3.series. All those components we transferred to the ECAD-PORT Component Cloud, and the result out of it is that we got different model qualities. So we have got dummy models which are in place, for instance, for a connector where we do not need any model for be placed in the panel. So for connectors, for wire harness design and so on, there it's important to have all the views available for setting up a form board drawing and so on. So within those components are just dummy models in there to transfer the schematic symbol information and the square diameter and the mechanical stuff for the connection points. Out of your daily business, you know, from time to time you need to set up a component where you can't find a step file at all, and then you need to set up just a cube which has almost the size, or which has the size of the original component, but you can't bring in a step file at all. There we are ending up with the model quality cube. And for all other components which are high quality and which are created newly, we have got step files in place. Those step files will be imported into the desired customers database later on. And of course, those models are equipped with all connection points, like in dummy and cube, as well with the proper connection point information and so on. The connection point information, no matter if it's electrical or mechanical, can be also seen on the text, like you have seen it already at the Zuken Component Cloud. Or minimum, maximum, CSA, AWG, symbol mapping and so on. To download the component, you need to generate the CAD file. Since the platform was used for plainly mechanical files, it says generate CAD. But of course, you will get a E3.series component as soon as you have generated it. For that purpose, you need to log in. You definitely need a part community account, which you can create easily and free of cost right at this screen, or at the Zuken.partcommunity.com, or at the Zuken Component Cloud. Wherever else Cadenas is behind and it's a part community account, just use this account. So as soon as I have logged in, I'm able to generate the component itself. So now the generation is running. Since the ECAD-PORT components are costing some tickets, with the login you are also logged in into your account, into your ticket account. So the tickets needs to be pre-purchased and your account needs to be balanced with the tickets. So to enable you to download the components. In the highlighted box you can see in my account I've got right now 400 tickets available. The reason for this ticket current thing is an easy one. So you don't want to ask your purchasing department each time you would like to download a component, because asking the purchasing department for 20 euros and setting up a quote and invoicing and transferring money takes much too long time. So the easiest way here is your purchasing department is balancing your ticket account and buying a bunch of tickets via PayPal, via credit card, via invoicing ahead, and you as an E3.series designer have got the free possibility to download the components on demand which you need. The generation of the component takes some time. I skipped the time, of course, to save it here. It will last about 2 to 3 minutes, sometimes even more, because the components are generated on demand right now. Afterwards, you are able to download it, and as soon as the zip file is downloaded, the plugin starts running and enables you to set up some customization settings. In this case, our component doc was started. If you do not have installed the component doc, the Zuken ComponentCloud plugin user interface is started. To summarize all the information you got in this screencast, I have got some slides here to outline the major issues, the major key facts. So Zuken and ECAD-PORT ComponentCloud are aligned to the same component standard that eases your daily life. You can choose a free one. If the component isn't available at free, just buy it at ECAD-PORT. It will fit together. It's just fitting neat into each other. So in other words, ECAD-PORT ComponentCloud completes the Zuken portfolio with components which have been created for other E3.series users, but to a certain standard, of course the same standard. And the components are already available, can be bought with this cryptocurrency, which are tickets to ease your daily life. Of course, the tickets are available right next to the component cloud, to the ECAD-PORT component cloud in the shop, and you can easily access it and balance your account. So, well, I'm back again after an exhaustive video. Here we go, about the component clouds. And I've got lined out a way how to download the components. Now, maybe you think about, yes, maybe this could be interesting for me, but I do have a specified component standard in place, and I need various and lots of special attributes. I can't use those standardized attributes at all, and so on. You know, all this discussion in a customized component database. And furthermore, you are using, for sure, other symbols, schematic symbols than the components in the component clouds are using. That's the reason why we have developed the component doc. To have a look at it, we've got a live demonstration prepared. As you have seen before, the component doc pops up as soon as the download is closed, and then enables you with, or it shows you a easy to use graphical user interface to map the attributes provided by the component clouds to your local attributes and fields. Therefore, this user interface has a live connection to your configuration database, and you can map the provided schematic symbols, which you can find here in the first yellow line, and you can also add specific attributes which you need in your database and which can't be available in a standardized database. So here you have got an easy way to map attributes to your local attributes. The yellow text like the class main or Datenbankbeschreibung Deutsch are the attributes which are mapped already. The ones on the left hand side are the ones which are provided via the download. Just get rid of the mapped ones with X them out and map your own attributes to them. So the description to the class, which doesn't make any sense, but it's just to show you how easy it is. The supplier, of course, you can choose out of a drop-down menu, map it directly to the supplier attribute in your database, or for instance, the article number. This can be done with all kind of attributes, with all kind of fields, and with this exhaustive list of multilingual descriptions as well. After closing, or after you have done the mapping and after you're satisfied with the mapping, you've got the possibility to just import the component. With our Pro version, you can even go ahead and save the settings you have just done to the default settings or to the manufacturer specific settings. Keep in mind, Zuken ComponentCloud is providing components from various manufacturers, and the various manufacturers are providing different kind of attributes. That's the reason why it's good to have a mapping file in place for various manufacturers as well, and component.doc chooses exactly the mapping file which is manufacturer specific. Pro version is available at a pricing of €99 per year and can be easily purchased out of our shop. So by hitting the import button, the Zuken ComponentCloud gets running, and in the database editor you can have a look at the import progress to receive your component. Of course, you can also rename the component name directly into the download process. So again, summary slides. It's a usability enhancement where you have got the UI dynamic graphically, and you can also save the settings based on the manufacturer or to the default settings on just €99 a year. You can get also a free 2 weeks trial period by applying for it during our or at our web shop. So once again, I'm back at our ComponentCloud ecosystem. So what happens if the desired component isn't available? For that case, we have also got a solution. We set up a easy to use configurator where you are able to order the components you are demanding. Just hit the ECAD-PORT button to reach the ECAD-PORT ComponentCloud. Here you have got the possibility, as you have seen, to swap languages. And here you can also find the component order section. To order a component, it's just necessary to specify the component type, which could be a cable or a connector or a terminal, the amount of slots, and the amount of connection points. Based on this information, the price will be calculated, which you can pay upfront. Again, with PayPal, credit card, debit card, whatever you would like to. Furthermore, we need the information about the component manufacturer and the component article number, and it would be great if you can also provide a hyperlink to the datasheet or the datasheet itself together with the step files. As soon as you have configured the component, add it to your cart and check out easily. just another thing, yeah, I almost forgot. If you would like to get invoiced, this is also possible. It just stretches the process to order the component. But it's up to you how you would like to pay for it. As soon as the order is placed and the payment is in, the component order will be dropped in our process, in our internal ECAD-PORT component creation process. Here we have got a screenshot of our dashboard where we are doing the data checks right now, checking for new components, whether there's a mapping available, whether the component is already available, and fulfilling all the information which is needed to create the first instance of the component, including step files in the model and so on. So once again, a summary of what I said up to now. So the component order process is the first available component configurator for E3.series at all, with transparent pricing and to provide standardized components via the ComponentCloud. So once a component is created, it will be uploaded to the ComponentCloud, and the customer who ordered it can download it via the typical process. Here we have once again the calculation basics, and once again I'm back at our ecosystem. So up to now we just discussed components, but yeah, of course, components are really necessary in the component database, but what makes life easier are services, and that's why we have set up our services, which are right directly to the E3.series users. And there we are offering two different service possibilities. So on the right hand side we have got a new product which was developed exactly for E3.series 365 users. So based on the on-demand licensing concept, it's necessary to get up and running with the database as fast as possible. Therefore, we are providing Kickstarter packages on a fixed price with a certain amount of components included, which are already available, and the database set up with certain customer specific attributes, and of course sheet templates. As soon as the component database is set up, we are delivering it directly to the customers and installing it within a short web meeting to ease the E3.series user startup with the database. So this is for E365 customers special. On the other hand, we have got a, let's call it premium product for typical E3.series users. It's called Librarian on Demand. Within this product, we are guaranteeing delivery times. So you will get up to 4 new components per day at a daily business. If we are setting up a project to provide more components, just get in touch with us. We are aligning our capacities to your needs to fulfill your component database needs and to bring the component right at the point. We are delivering the components directly into the database. You do not need to use the ComponentCloud or the component doc or any plugin. Just order it and you will get notified by mail as soon as the component is in your database. No matter if your IT would like to provide a VPN connection to your SQL database, or it's a Citrix web interface or whatever else, we are open to your process, and we are delivering our standardized components with customized adaptations into your database, as I said before, to ease your life. All what I get around my head right now is available. No, it is mirrored. So it's available here in the shop. As you have seen before, the shop is right next to the ECAD-PORT component cloud available, and there you are able to purchase all our services. We have got one special offer during the CIW 2021 digital running right now. Get registered at our ECAD-PORT component cloud and you are getting 20 tickets for free to be able to download the first components and to check it out, what capability, what kind of services we are able to deliver for your daily life. So I'm at the end of my presentation. I've shown you all we are providing to ease your daily life at the E3.series users, providing components via various ways with various services. I would be happy if I meet you later on in the breakout session, which starts right now, to get to know your questions, to answer your questions, and afterwards, of course, to deliver components to you based on your needs. Thank you very much for your time, for your interest and the attendance to this presentation.